Sunshiny at Coors Field, it ought to be, because the Rockies have played marvelous baseball over the last month plus. In fact, as they get ready to take on the A's, their season best 9 games above 500. The A's having a terrific year as well. They come in at 61-45. The Rockies winners of 18 of their last 23. The last time they had a run like that, 2009, on their way to 92 wins, which is still a regular season franchise best. They're wearing their Sunday purple. German Marquez is on the mound for the Rockies. And the Rockies Choose Go starting pitcher preview is brought to you by our friends at Conoco. It'll be German Marquez against Frankie Montas for Oakland, who's been up and down between Oakland and Nashville this year.
And looking at German, the last 4 starts have been pretty good. 3.24 ERA, batting average against 215, slugging just 3.44. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, the regular 4-pitch mix. We're seeing more changeups this year than we saw last year. Still getting it up there at 95 miles an hour. Curveball, opponents hitting 197, and the slider a mere 200 on the slider this year for him, on that he throws 14% of the time. We sound like a broken record when we kind of talk about the starters, but it's imperative. It's absolutely critical that German gets through this first inning, because he gave up 3 runs in this first in his last start against Arizona, and his ERA in the first this year is 10.35. It's kind of hard to even fathom.
Yeah, it's really been a weird deal. We've talked about it a bunch. 85 runs in the first inning all of last year. They've allowed 89 this year. And then in the second inning, they have the best ERA in all of baseball. So hopefully German rifles through the first 3 in the order and gets the Rockies to the bat rack. Let's take a look at that lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. For Bob Melvin, Nick Martini got the start in center field, led off last night. He'll do it again this afternoon. Matt Chapman's had a good series offensively. Jed Lowry, an all-star for the first time in his career, the 34-year-old Stanford product. Chris Davis has had a big July. He's got 24 ribbies this month. Matt Olson at first. Veteran Steven Piscotty will be in there again. Marcus Semien at short. Jonathan Lucroy, he caught Friday night, and yesterday off, back in there. The first pitch of the ball game is strike 1, right down the middle at 94 miles an hour. And here's the 0-1 to Martini, and a weak ground ball to second. Good start. 2 pitches, and Pat Valleca gets a little work. 1 out. Hey, let's take a look at the Rockies defensively. They have been terrific all year long. A little bit of a rough go against the Houston Astros. See Gerardo Parra out there in left field. First start in the series for Gerardo. The Rockies made 2 errors on Tuesday and 2 errors on Wednesday, but that was most unusual. Pat Valleca, you hit a home run, you get to play again, right? That's Buddy's rule.
Yeah, and you get another hit too, where you drive in a run. So that 2 hits, 2 RBIs, you're right back in there.
Yep. Pat off that strong performance at second base again this afternoon, and you'll notice Ryan McMahon is at first base. And of course, Ryan was just added to the roster today, called up from Albuquerque. Noel Cuevas was sent down, and you know, Cuevas done a terrific job. The thinking was that Cuevas is not going to play much this week because the Rockies, that's strike 3 on Chapman. That was quick. Because the Rockies are going to see virtually all right-handers this week going to St. Louis and Milwaukee. They wanted an extra left-handed bat. McMahon swinging the bat well down in Albuquerque for Glenn Allen Hill, so that's why the switch was made.
Yeah, and Noel just gets some more regular at-bats down in AAA with all the left or right-handers going. It wasn't going to be an opportunity for him, so it's just kind of manipulating to the roster, and I think it's good. Ryan's in a good spot right now. Bring him up. And I like it too. Immediately insert him. Give Ian a day off, because Ian's been not struggling, but really grinding hard.
He's been grinding. He's done a great job, as we all know, but get him a day off his feet. He's one of those guys. Desi is. He's like Charlie. He's like Nolan. He's like DJ. He's like Trevor. He's not going to knock on your door to come out. You're going to have to go and pry him out of the lineup.
And just kind of really look at him and say, hey, what's going on? How do you feel, man? Tell me. And that's the communication portion of being a manager. You can see some of the swings, you can see the way the body language is, but also got to go ask him. Be straight with me.
Strike 3. You wanted a quick inning. You wanted a dominant inning.
Right.
You just received that.
Thank you very much.
German Marquez could not have been better in the first inning. 2 strikeouts, throws a couple of guys on that curveball. 9 pitches. Charlie Blackmon to lead things off for the Rockies, as that was a beautiful first inning. Kind of buzzing about it from Marquez. 9 pitches, 8 strikes. Let's go. Southwest batting order on a Sunday afternoon for Buddy Black. Gerardo will slide in that 2 spot. Desi's been hitting there the last few days. Then it'll be Nolan, Cargo. Can't be hotter than Cargo right now. 6 hits in the series. Trevor Story, Ryan McMahon getting us started first base. He'll hit the 6th spot. Tommy Murphy threw out a triple last night in first of his career. Talked about how Pat Valleca swung it yesterday. And of course Marquez, he's the leading hitter in the lineup. There's a bunt attempt, and you're never going to get Charlie there.
Love it. Right out of the gate.
Well, we're bragging on what Marquez did. And you want to talk about winning baseball? Okay, Blackmon, you know he can hit a ball over the wall, 20 home runs. You're going to put that shift on? I'm going to take it. It's now an 11-game hitting streak for Chuck Nasty.
And the good thing about it is he said, all I have to do is get this down in the general vicinity. Doesn't have to be perfect, because I know where the third baseman Matt Chapman's playing. I just get it a little bit past the pitcher. He's not going to be able to come at that angle and throw me out back at first.
Rockies played a little small ball on Friday night with Cuevas and Garrett Hampson to produce a run. So here's Gerardo. It's in the air down the left field line and foul.
Gerardo's happy that that one went foul. It was
a little bit out on his front side.
Started to swing and said, yeah, I'm not really sure I want to do that. Numbers on Montas is 5-2, 354 out on the road, 3-0 with the 314. Lefty's hitting 291, righty's 267 this year against Frankie.
Now he throws hard. He averages about 96 with his fastball, but it's really just fastball slider.
Yeah, you said it, Drew. 96 on average, 95.6. I go ahead and round up when it's like that. So 75% of the time, pretty high usage. A little bit like Antonio when he first came up. Now Antonio's mixed in also a curveball, but for Frankie it's fastball slider. It makes it easier as a hitter when you're going to the plate and you know a guy really is only going to throw you 2 pitches.
And the league's hitting 310 against that fastball. 0-2. And that fastball's wide. Charlie off first, and a line drive, dropped by Chapman. Now everybody's got to get up the line, and that'll work out.
I was afraid it might be a double play at
I was
first.
thinking, you know, that's going to turn into a 5-4-3 because Gerardo stopped as soon as the ball hit his gloves. So I'm out. Charlie's got to go back, and that could have turned into a disaster. But good job by Gerardo staying with it. Watch here.
Yeah, it goes off.
I'm out. No, I'm not.
I got to run, and that was not on purpose. I mean, see, you'll hear some infielders where they'll drop a fly ball or drop a line drive. That one was not on purpose by Chapman. They get the lead runner, Charlie. Gerardo, as you said, Drew, you know, stopped it momentarily when he first hit it, saying I'm out, but then hustled down the line.
Here's Nolan. Takes ball one. This is a good matchup, I think, for Nolan. I mean, this is a hard guy. You know, we use that phrase when a guy is a fastball slider guy where everything's going to be above 88 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's a little bit like, remember, Ismail Rogers was that way. Everything was hard. There was nothing soft that you had to come off of.
It just removes, doesn't it, Huey, the thought process for a hitter?
Yes, so much so, because even the slider, you know, he's trying to the right-handers, obviously, take it down and away to them. But if he spins one up there and it doesn't break, then it just becomes great hitting.
Yeah, it becomes like a fastball just down a few clicks.
But your swing is still on the same plane.
2-0. Now 3-0. Nolan, last 36 games, has knocked 15 home runs and driven in 39. Leads the league in home runs with 27. Ball four, and now crowd starting to gather on base as Cargo comes up. Here's Oakland defensively. We'll have an outfield of Chris Davis, Nick Martini, and Steven Piscotty. And in the infield, with Matt Olson at first base, got a good glove, and Jonathan Lucroy steady behind the plate. Luke signed late with the Oakland A's, of course, with the Rockies last year after a midseason trade from Texas. Cargo yesterday, 3 doubles. For the 3rd time in his career, a 3-double game.
Kind of all over the place, too, those doubles. One ringing off the wall, another one to right, and the other one to left center.
Good swing. That pitch out over the plate at 97 to the liking of Cargo. Time for our Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Well, Cargo leads Major League Baseball this year, hitting .440 in interleague play. And not only that, he's slugging .820 against the AL.
And it's all types of pitches that he's hitting.
Outside 1-1.
Meaning that he's turned around 97 miles an hour fastball. He got the hanging curveball from Charlie Morton. He's hit that. He's hit 13 out of his last 14 at .434 average. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. So many glowing numbers for Cargo.
He's got an OPS of 1,075 in the month of July. This ball in the air to left field. Davis is going to have a play. Carr is going to tag because you're going to run on Davis all day long, and tagging at first base is Arenado. Yeah, not to pick on Chris Davis, he really struggles to throw the baseball, and that's why it's more of a DH. But they can't take his bat out of the lineup. Seattle earlier this year did. Nelson Cruz is 38. Chris Davis is 30. They didn't want him to get hurt, so they took their cleanup hitter out. Bob Melvin's saying, you know, I'm going to have to live with him playing left field, but I can't take him out offensively.
Yeah, you're just hoping he drives in more than he lets in. I think for Chris Davis, it's just the 10th game this year out in the field for him. But you're right, they've got to have his bat in the lineup. But because of that, there's going to be some deficiencies, and one of them is the throwing. You take advantage of it, and you get an extra 90 feet.
That's why you have scouting reports. Here's Story inside, and you adhere to them.
Yeah.
Normally in that situation, that's, it's a fairly deep fly ball to left. You're not going to get anybody tagging up there. Maybe Story in that situation.
Yeah.
Maybe Desi in that situation.
But if you're Gerardo out in left field, you're not running.
No, not at all. You're probably coming off the bag, 40 feet or so.
The fake.
Casey, somehow drops the baseball. 1-1. Story trying to expand on a category he leads Major League Baseball in right now, and that is 2-out RBIs. He has 42 2-out ribbies this year, which leads everybody else in the game by 8. 1-1.
Pretty good slider.
Yeah, that was a good slider. 1-2.
Both of them appear to be fastballs out of the hand. That's what makes sliders so hard to hit on the Subaru Supermo. Your brain is registering fastball. You see the arm action. You hear people say, "Oh, can you pick up that red dot?" No, you can't. Can't see it.
If he goes back to it, 1-2. He does, and it's chopped foul.
But look where everything is on the Subaru strike zone. He's keeping it down in the zone. That's where you hope he hangs one of those at 88.
Frankie last year had an ERA over 7. He's a kid still. He's 25. Been on 3 different clubs. But one of the things he's done very well this year, he's given up only 3 home runs in 53+ innings.
Yeah, that's keeping the ball in. And all 3 of those have come to left-handed batters.
1-2, 2 in scoring position. Bottom of 1. That's foul.
Frankie's 6'2", 255 pounds, out of the Dominican Republic.
No, he looks apart. He's got the arm. One and 2. And he went. So the Rockies will leave 2 in scoring position in the first. We'll go to the second. No score between Colorado and Oakland. Toyota Tundra in your hometown Toyota stores. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. We go to the second inning. The Rockies and A's scoreless. It'll be Chris Davis leading off against German Marquez. And the first pitch misses, ball one. Great first inning for German. 9 pitches, 8 strikes. He struck out Chapman and Lowry looking. Davis takes strike one. One issue, you want to nitpick, the Rockies are playing marvelous baseball. They win Friday night 3-1. They win last night 4-1. That's off the plate, but the Rockies have not exactly stung the baseball with runners in scoring position. 2 for 11 Friday night, 2 for 11 Saturday night, and 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. So that's just 4 for 24 over the weekend.
Yeah, and then 1 for 8 in the first game against Houston.
3-1 in the air to Cargo in right field. He'll gather it in, 1 out. A reminder, we do this every night and every afternoon, so hopefully you know this by heart. Join in on the conversation. It's an open invitation. Send us your comments, your questions, use Twitter, and include the hashtag Toyota Talk. Matt Olson, the first baseman, former #1 pick, pitched just off the plate, ball one. Olson 0 for 7 and a walk in the series. And he's getting, oh wow, that's just miscommunication.
Yeah.
That was a weird one. You have 3 on the right side. Pat Valaika kind of looked at Story, and that's a ball he's going to get on his backhand.
Yeah, I think that's Pat's mistake where it's hit. I mean, it's in between he and the umpire. Go for it, because that's a long way for Trevor to go. And the Subaru Supermo, he takes off. His first glance was to Pat. He's thinking, you've got that baseball.
I don't know if I've seen that before, and that's one of the, I guess, things that can occur. Good curveball with the shift, because you are not in a familiar spot. You're not worried about running into a guy on the same side of the field normally where that ball was hit.
Yeah, and I think right now too, you've played in the shift enough. I think that was just a product of somebody kind of forgetting what was going, not forgetting, but just forgetting where his shortstop was.
2 strikes on Stephen Piscotty. He's hitless in this series as well.
Come on, just go ahead, throw another ground ball, then roll it up. Yes, he went.
He did. They check it at first. Mike Estabrook was with you, Huey. 3rd strikeout already for Marquez.
And the first 2 were on curveballs. This is a slider. Really pulls down on the Subaru Supermo, and Piscotty, yeah, he went. This gives better look. Oh yeah. There's only one guy that I can remember that would have been able to hit that ball, and he's going into the Hall of Fame today.
I knew where you were going. You're right. He'd have taken it out to right center.
Vlad Guerrero.
He was amazing, wasn't he?
Oh my goodness. He was as good a bad ball hitter as there was. From
I always forget,
you
played with him at the Angels or with Montreal?
No, I played against him. I never played.
You never played with him?
No, because he came up to Montreal after I had been traded to Texas.
1-1 on Marcus Semien. 2-1. Now we're going to look at the members of that Hall of Fame class at different times throughout the broadcast today. What a marvelous cast. This ball's loud to center field, but right at Charlie Blackmon. So Semien lines out to Charlie, and that is all for Oakland in their half of the second. No score.
recall Noel Cuevas was sent down in the minor leagues, as Drew and Huey were mentioning earlier. But Ryan today was talking about the importance of understanding his role on the 40-man.
It really is just help the team. I mean, we had a meeting in spring training. Bud Black said, hey, it's going to take all 40 of you guys, talking to mostly the 40-man roster guys. And, you know, we understand it's just win now. That's the goal. So we got to do whatever it takes. Whoever it is that day has to go up there and perform.
McMahon went on to say, he was talking about how he was a little bit immature in handling the demotion, just thinking maybe it had something to do with him and not just the overall ball club. And in his time down there, making his adjustments, regaining the confidence, he realized this team really needs to win now. And his role was to get better so he could help this ball club. Guys?
1 ball, 1 strike, Spilly on McMahon. Trying to get him a little shorter to the baseball, so he can hit that plus fastball that you see quite a bit of at the major league level. So he's been a selective guy at the plate.
Yeah, and sometimes that has to change a little bit when you come to the big leagues, because you'll get 2 or 3, maybe sometimes 4 pitches.
He does that well. He shoots the ball the other way. This is an easy double. Davis playing chase in left field.
Well, think about the last couple of at-bats for Ryan McMahon at the big leagues. Homer and now a double. What I was saying is you might only get a pitch at the major league level to hit, and that one he did on the Subaru Supermo. It was up and away from him. He does exactly what you're supposed to do. See how he kind of lifted his body up to hit that high pitch. Didn't try to attack it from a different angle. It's a double to left. Well done, Ryan.
Now the Rockies got to get that first run home. Talked about it last night. They've had leadoff man at second 2 or 3 times in this series without scoring the run. Murphy drives it to center field and deep and gone. 2-run home run, dead central, Tom Murphy. That thing was a line shot that just kept going.
I really like, instead of just getting him over, you get him over and get him in. I like that play.
Over and in, over and out. 2-0 Rockies.
See you later. Mercy. He tattooed this ball to dead center field. The only thing you're thinking, is it going to hit that fence out there that's a little higher? Oh, he stayed behind it. Murph is as strong as they come. And it goes to the left of the extra fence out there for a home run.
Remember, that's just the 4th home run this kid has given up.
And the first to a right-handed batter.
Pat Vallejo with 1 strike at the plate. That's way inside, 1-1. So you talk about roster construction. Managers, coaches, they get to the ballpark about 6.5, 7 hours before the ball game. They're working late at night. They're thinking about the next day. Buddy's here after the game a couple of hours, so he's thinking about roster construction. He's got 3 catchers he utilizes. He liked naturally how this ball pretty well hit the center. It's going to stay in the park though. Long out off the bat of Vallejo. He liked naturally how Murph swung the bat Saturday. He said, you know what, day game after night game for a catcher, I don't care. I'm going to put him back in there.
And he's a young catcher too.
Yeah.
He still has the young legs.
But he was rewarded.
Right, just like Pat was rewarded for what he did yesterday. And the Rockies are 36-12 on the year when they score first.
And now the toughest out in the lineup. So savvy of Buddy to bat him 9th. Like you have 2 leadoff hitters. Armand Marquez leading baseball at 361.
Well, he's 13 of 36.
Well, here, look at this. This is a first that I can remember. Our crack crew in the tape room in the truck putting offensive highlights together of a pitcher.
When you have 13 hits in just 36 at bats, I mean, he's only pitcher hitting above 300. He just
spit on that one.
Spit on the slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a ground ball to second and a big sigh of relief for Frankie Montas. 2 outs. That'll bring up Chuck Nasty. He began the bottom of the first with a bunt single. We'll see the same alignment. Not going to bunt here with 2 outs. And if he gets fortunate, gets pitched to drive, he's going to try to drive it in the gap or maybe over the wall.
But what he did is he brought Chapman in on the grass. So he's opened up a whole new territory and where he can hit it.
Ball 1. Hey, by the way, the club record for highest batting average for a starting pitcher, and this is no surprise, and I think he hit 7 home runs that year also.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike Hampton, 2002, hit 350 with 7 home runs. Oh, excuse me, he had 7 home runs the year before. He only hit 3 that year.
Holy.
Hampton was legit.
Yeah, he was. He and JJ.
2-2.
Jason Jennings.
Yeah, no, I
folks.
know. Yeah, and Jason Jennings, you know, he was a 2-way player at Baylor. Mike Hampton, man, he could swing it. And this will be a base hit for Charlie. And you see what Davis did. Davis charged that ball like an infielder to cut the distance that he'd have to throw. He knows guys are going to run on him. If he waits till that ball kind of moves into left center field and just going to fire it into second, he doesn't have that arm. So Charlie would take an extra base. As it was, Charlie went another 45, 50 feet after he rounded first.
As you should. You know, this, you're looking for every advantage at the major league level. And that's one of them.
Running situation here for Charlie. Guy who a few years ago had 43 bags, doesn't look to run as much now.
Just 5 stolen bases for Charlie this year.
Gerardo hit a line drive off the glove of Matt Chapman that turned into a fielder's choice, a force out at second. His first time up. That's in there. Sean Newcomb for Atlanta has a no-hitter against the Dodgers through 7. And Atlanta's up 4-0. Rockies 2 games behind the Dodgers to begin play on this Sunday. The one issue for Newcomb, who's had a terrific year, one of the nice stories for the Braves this year, is that he's thrown 100 pitches through 7. We'll see how that plays out. We'll keep you posted.
The Rockies saw Sean back in the early part of April.
It's the first home series.
Yeah, 5 hits against the Rockies in 6 innings, no runs. Had 9 strikeouts in that game. That was a game Atlanta won 4-0.
Now Newcomb's good, but that was also the period of time where the Rockies offensively just didn't hit.
No.
Said night after night. Well, we've never said this before. Rockies win the first 6 weeks.
What's up?
Near the bottom of baseball in many offensive categories. Now you look at they're the top of baseball in most offensive categories. 1-2.
Good eye.
Good eye. 2-2.
Below the knees on the Subaru strike zone.
Charlie to second.
I I won't wait for the official score on that one, Drew. I'm going to go ahead and write down wild pitch.
But Jonathan Lucroy appreciates that you're not going to give him a pass ball.
Yeah. Well, immediately he looked back to his feet like he slipped.
Even if he didn't look there anyhow. So Scott Emerson, his pitching coach, doesn't wonder what happened. 3-2, runner in scoring position now for Parra. Rockies up 2-0 in the second. And a strikeout will end the inning. The Rockies got a double from Ryan McMahon and then a long ball from Tom Murphy. 435 feet, a long ball, and it's 2-0 Colorado going to the third. Top of the third, 8-9-1 for the A's. Achieving more is brought to you by AT&T. So 3 ball games left in July. This one obviously today, there's strike one, and then the first two of the 4 in St. Louis will come in the month of July, and the Rockies, by winning percentage, enjoying the best months in team history. A 1.65 starter ERA at home in the month of July, which, if that stays anywhere close to that, will absolutely blow away the next best. Forget July, next best month, period. Nolan showing some hops, 1 out. Lucroy retired.
Look at the lowest home ERA by any month. They just blow May 2006 out of the water. The last 4 starts for the Rockies, they've only given up 3 earned runs.
Period. In total.
Total, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I love how Herman's going about his business right now. He's being super aggressive. Buddy made a marvelous point. He would know, so many years as a starting pitcher himself.
And then as a pitching coach too.
And as a pitching coach and just an overall observer. Here's 0-2. And Frankie's got 2 outs. That's the 4th strikeout first time through for Herman. But you don't want to be the guy in the rotation, you know, to kick the can.
No.
You watch your buddies doing their thing, and they're holding up their end of the bargain. When your turn comes up,
you better do it.
Yeah, you don't want to be the one who slips up. That's where the inner competition between the Graves and the Freelands and the Andersons and Chad when he's healthy, and now Senza and of course Herman. It's a beautiful thing when it's rolling like it is.
Think about earlier this season too, when the Rockies were playing so well, is because of the starting pitching, and now they're doing it again.
And another minimal pitch inning for Herman. 1, 2, 3 in the third. Took him 9 pitches, as did the first inning. On AT Sportsnet is brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. By Papa John's, use the code ROXWIN for 50% off pizzas at papajohns.com the next day. And by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo customers get your 2-for-1 Rockies club level tickets by visiting wellsfargo.com/Rockies. First pitch in there for a strike on Nolan, which means that's the first strike he's seen today. His first time up. Frankie Montas walked him on 4 pitches. Home plate umpires Tom Woodring on this sunny Sunday afternoon. Mike Estabrook at first, Mark Carlson at second. Bruce Dreckman is working third base. Here's the 1-1. Had a play over the Rockies dugout. Sean Newcomb's got 1 out in the 8th inning. Still with the no-no against the Dodgers. High fastball swung through by Nolan, 1 out.
For the Win is brought to you by our good friends at Pizza Ranch. And for the Rockies, keep the foot on the gas. 7.5 run support on average is the highest in the major league when Herman's on the hill. And already today they got 2 runs courtesy of that man walking right towards our camera, almost on cue, Tom Murphy, with that home run that he hit in the 2nd inning.
So here's Cargo, fly ball to left field his first time up. Outside ball 1 on Carlos. And this is bounced over the mound, and they'll just get him at first base. Jed Lowry made the play, 2 outs.
I thought once it got over the head of Frankie that Cargo might have the opportunity to leg this out. Jed Lowry came and got it, and then the quick transfer, sidearm throw. Don't have time to do anything else, but this is how close it was by a 1/4 of a step on the Subaru Supermo.
Said many times this year, Cargo's running better than he has in 4 or 5 years, and that is not an embellishment.
No, and there's a prime example right there.
We had one of his doubles in this series. He's got like 11 doubles in the series. That is an embellishment. It has a leg double.
That was the 3rd one he hit last night off a hatcher in the 8th inning.
Trevor had a double in his final, or his 5th inning at bat yesterday. His final at bat in yesterday's ball game, he lined out. This is slowly hit. This will be a challenge for Simeon, and he won't get it. One of the fastest men in baseball, Trevor Story, sprints down the line, and it's an infield hit for Trev.
Well, you can sniff these right out of the box. You know, well, I got an opportunity. I gotta do it. Simeon did everything he could to make the play, but Trevor just outran this one. Right now you're digging, you're saying, I got a hit, I sniff it, I sniff it. Yeah, okay. Never apologize for a hit either.
Ryan McMahon shot a double to left his first time up and came around on the Murphy home run. This ball's lined to the gap in right center field. This will score a story in all likelihood. Trevor around third, galloping home, and he'll beat the throw easily. How about the return of Ryan McMahon? Firing line drives all over the yard.
Doubles his 10th RBI of the season. 6 on the season. That's a 4-seam fastball on the Subaru Supermo, and he turned that one around.
And that is a great sign, Huey.
Yeah, because a lot of the ones he's been pulling, even in the right center, he pulled in the right field, were the off-speed pitches. That time he was on time and pulled that fastball.
Here's Murph. Tommy takes strike one. He had a line shot his first time up, 435 feet. It came off the bat at 108 miles an hour. He now has 10 home runs in 171 career at bats. I'll do the math for you guys.
Okay.
That's a home run every 17.1 ABs, which is really good. Doug, put the calculator away. Trust me, it's 17.1. McMahon turned and got the barrel out.
That pitch was 97 miles an hour. I had to check in the truck because I wanted to see. I knew it was a hard one. That's what Frankie averages, 96 to 97. I mean, wanted to make sure he didn't back off of something.
There's a couple things we're going to get to on that swing when we come back that are really going to please the coaching staff for the Rockies. First and foremost, it gave the Rockies now a 3-0 lead. Well done, Ryan McMahon.
This month of July has been carried by the Rockies starting pitching. Look at the numbers where their Major League Baseball ranks. Opponent average first, opponent on base percentage third. These are all first in Major League Baseball. Now there was a catalyzing moment that allowed this group together. It was the sending down of John Gray. Kyle Freeland explains.
You never know what move's going to be made, and you always want to go out there and, you know, give it your all, give your best, and give your team the best chance to win. And you never know when you could be sent down or put in the bullpen or anything like that. So it kind of a little bit of shock to the system, and I mean it I guess helped us in a way where we kind of started picking up slack and really focusing in and doing our jobs.
I love what Kyle was saying, and as a group, when you kind of see one of the guys that has been part of this organization for the last couple of years, he started a wild card game last year, and to watch him get that reset in the minor leagues, it would give a shock to the system for the rest of the group. And since that time, those numbers speak volumes for what this group has been able to accomplish together. Guys?
Hey, Spilly, you've been in clubhouse for a long time. This ball's hit a long way by Chapman. This is going to get Oakland on the board. Get back to that in a moment. Chapman with his 13th of the year, and it's now 3-1.
Like this was a slider from Herman, 85 miles an hour. Yep, that's what it was. It just didn't get the depth that he needed on the Subaru Supermo. And you just hear that loud crackle of the bat from Chapman. His last 10 games now, he is 19 for 41.
Yeah, he's actually you break it down a little bit further. He's 17 for his last 34. He's swung it well. He swung it well this weekend. 3-1 with Lowry at the plate. Just to this ball toward left center field. Parra will get there. Good play by Gerardo. 1 out. You know, you and Spilly spent a long time in clubhouses, and you've all seen surprise moves where all of a sudden a guy that you thought was, you know, part of the nucleus all of a sudden gets a reality check and they get sent out. And it's not just message sending, it's, you know, the organization felt clearly that John needed to work on some things in Albuquerque, and it resonates throughout the clubhouse. And I give Kyle Freeland a lot of credit for, you know, being candid and saying, you know, exactly what he felt, what some others felt.
He was your
opening day starter, man.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
2 years in a row. And as Billy said, he starts with the wild card game. And he also had 17 starts before he got sent down. So now all of a sudden it happens. You're sitting there going, oh, man. Yeah, I need to make sure that I stay focused, not only when I'm pitching, but engaged in each game, but my sides too. And it's the same thing for a position player. He's like, oh, I've got to put in the work because I know what will happen if they need to do something with the roster.
I just think it's great examples today when you see Ryan McMahon. You already mentioned it earlier about how the reset. He was on the opening day roster. This is a top prospect. Yeah. And he gets sent down. John Gray with some of the numbers, and we pointed those out. ERA high, but some of the advanced metrics suggested he was an elite starting pitcher. And I think whenever you have these type of moves that say, look, it's all about the betterment of the ball club. It's about the Rockies. And then in that, you improve upon yourself to help this ball club to win. Now you understand why everybody's willing to pick up slack and why this team's come together.
Strikeout of Chris Davis, 2 outs. Well, internal competition is a beautiful thing, and I defy you to show me in the course of history of professional athletics, certainly NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, a team that was really successful that didn't have strong internal competition. Got to have it.
You have to have it. That's the old line in baseball. You know, it's extremely difficult to get to the big leagues. It's even harder to stay because you always have this next group, this next wave, these people that are trying to take your job every single day.
2-0 right now on Matt Olson. 2 outs recorded after the home run by Chapman, and now a 3-0 count with Olson at the plate. So it's interesting to see how pitcher bounces back after giving up a home run. In the case of Marquez, so far so good. 2 outs.
I will say this about Herman. He's allowed 18 home runs this year, but 15 of them have been solo shots.
Easier to live with those. Ball 4, so a 2-out walk, first of the game for Marquez. That'll bring up Piscotty.
Well, the first 10,000 fans through the gates for the Rockies Pirates game on August 6th will receive a coupon for Nathan's famous dollar hot dog.
Piscotty struck out his first time. Oh, 0-1. Update from Atlanta, Georgia. Through 8 innings, Sean Newcomb, 117 pitches. None of them have produced a hit for the Dodgers.
That'd be like the 5th or 6th inning for Nolan. 200, 180. And that is a big dilemma now, though, for Brian Snitker.
You're talking about Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, I was talking about Nolan Ryan, but I mean, it's a dilemma a little bit for Sean Newcomb. 117 pitches, young, strong arm like that. I think you got to send him back out there and let him go and see what happens.
We have the game on behind us, and there's no question Brian Snitker sending him back out. 0-2. Blocked by Murph. Compliment Tommy also on. And he worked hard on his catching, on his flexibility with Mark Strittmatter through the offseason, through camp, through his first few months at Albuquerque this year. He's a much more flexible, nimble catcher than he was. He's able to get lower, blocking balls very well. On the ground is short. Trevor's got it. He'll go to Pat Valaika in the inning. Matt Chapman hit a home run to left. It's 3-1 Colorado as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Fourth will feature Pat Valaika, German Marquez, Charlie Blackmon. Fans, when the Rockies score 7 in a game, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special. Live Moss at Taco Bell. Drew Goodman, Jeff Hewson, Ryan Spilborghs, and a large cast of people you rarely see but do yeoman work every single Rockies broadcast. Pat hit a fly ball to the edge of the warning track in center field his first time up. Montas is going to give up a base hit here to Pat. So a leadoff single for Valaika. Marquez looking back at the dugout. Do I have to bunt?
Come on, Skip. Don't put the bunt sign on. I'm hitting right around 350.
Herman getting ready. I want to finish that story we were telling on Ryan McMahon, who came back to the big leagues today, and he's been great. 2 doubles, 1 to left, and he pulled a 97-mile-an-hour fastball to drive in a run last inning to right center. Herman did not offer at it. 1-0. One of the things that Mac was challenged with, and we were discussing, is to be 2 things. One, to be a little more aggressive, because he's really selective at times, and sometimes gets himself quickly in upside down counts. And the other thing is to be shorter to the baseball, not wrap the bat. So Dwayne Espy and Jeff Salazar have worked really hard on that. This is a terrific bunt. Good job by Herman. And now to see the rewards of that hard work at the big league level. They were seeing it for Glenn Allen Hill down in AAA, but now to come back and to see quick rewards, that him turning on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball and doing it early in the count, not getting behind, I'm telling you, that's going to be a point of conversation after the ball game with Sally, with Dwayne Espy, and with Buddy Black.
And I was trying to make the point of down in AAA, you might get 3 or 4 pitches in an at bat to be able to hit. At the major league level, you're lucky and you're hoping you get 1 or 2. So if you take that first fastball that you see right down the middle, that might be the only good pitch you get to hit.
This ball's in the air to Davis in left. Tagging now is Valaika, and they're going to move up on Davis. So with 2 outs, Gerardo Parra will try to bring in Pat Valaika.
Yeah, so for Ryan to come up, hit that first, good fastball that he sees. That showed me something. Shorter the ball, you can work on those things. You don't have the big bat wrap. And I think that's what they were trying to eliminate too a little bit. How far that bat was pointing back towards the ground.
Lower the hands a little bit. Again, so far he's had a terrific day. Parr is 0 for 2. Get a 2-out knock here. Get that run back. There's a strike. Rockies in the series now after the fly ball by Charlie. Just 4 for 26 with runners in scoring position. But they've been doing enough offensively because they have had extraordinary pitching.
They've hit enough long balls too to put some markers on the board. Last inning they had that 2-out base hit by Ryan.
One, two. Most effective pitch clearly for Montas today has been the slider. And the league coming in, it hit only 175 against the slider. Fastball, different story. He throws hard, but the league was hitting 310 against
But he's
the
probably
fastball.
thrown it more in this game than he has in any other game so far. And it's still just the 4th inning.
Newcomb has the first out in the 9th inning. 2 outs to go. No hitting the Dodgers. We've seen 3 no-hitters already this year. The Dodgers had the combined no-hitter down in Monterrey, Mexico.
Well,
James Paxton.
Bueller. Walker Bueller.
Yeah, he started
that
that game. James Paxton had the one in Toronto.
game. And then Sean Manaea.
And then Sean Manaea, of course, with Oakland. Rockies beat Manaea on Friday night. 2-2. Blake at third. Hold your breath. Hold your breath moment.
Even on the Subaru strike zone, it could have been called a strike right down at the bottom of the knees. Yeah, you do. You hold your breath, and then you look and you say, I had that the whole way. I think with Jonathan dropping to his knees, that helped too.
Three-two. And the Rockies fail to bring in Valleca. So we'll go to the 5th inning with the Rockies ahead 3-1. great players inducted today in Cooperstown, New York, the little hamlet of Cooperstown in the Catskills. Chipper Jones, first ballot Hall of Famer, named on almost 98% of the ballots. Jim Thome hit 600-plus homers. Vladdy, we talked about. Trevor Hoffman, the outstanding changeup, 600-plus saves. Jack Morris gets in Veterans Committee, and Alan Trammell gets in Veterans Committee. 2 outs in the 9th inning down in Atlanta, Georgia. Newcomb with a no-hitter against the LA Dodgers. Marcus Semien with a feeble swing. He was fooled there. He's behind quickly, 0-2. And this is on the ground, and Nolan, he boots it for a moment, recovers. You know, Hud, it's unbelievable.
I think sometimes he just does it for fun.
He never, and there's no panic.
No. I think for him too, that when he did kind of boot it, it went out in front of him, he closed some ground, picks it up, and still throws him out by 2 steps.
Well, because then it became his favorite play, the barehanded play.
The barehanded. Okay, I got this now on the Subaru Supermo. Bare hand, what I can do, change grips, on the money.
And here's Jonathan Lucroy. He lined out to Nolan his first time. Nolan had to leap to make the catch. Later on, when we board the flight to St. Louis, Nolan will say he's 4 feet off the ground. had his elbow over the rim.
And everybody else said we could have slid a credit card underneath your spikes.
Well, one of the favorite activities in the clubhouse with his teammates is to give Nolan a hard time on. See, Nolan walks around. He spends half his life punching his top hand, right? Right. And everybody on television seen it when he gets ready on deck or in between pitches. He's the open hand. He's trying to stay inside the baseball. This is in the air to Charlie in center. That'll be the second out. And his teammates mimic him. Story does a really good job with it. Cargo gives him a hard time about it. Tony Walters does it really well. So, you know, let me give him a hard time on that leap earlier in the ball game. You never know. Montas with 2 outs. He struck out his first time. Rockies up 3-1. Top of 5.
It's really the first ball that he's just completely overthrown today for Herman.
With 2 outs in the 9th inning, Newcomb's no-hitter is broken up.
2-2 pitch to Chris Taylor at 134 pitches.
It was a line single to left. Low line drive between short and third. Clean as a whistle. So Newcomb comes within a strike, as Jeff Houston said, of throwing a no-hitter. And that'll end the inning as Herman works a 1-2-3 5th inning. Get him some more runs. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By StubHub. Rockies fans, get your tickets at StubHub, official partner of the Colorado Rockies. And by Cheyenne Frontier Days, log on to cfdrodeo.com for the full lineup. The Rockies leading. Now, Frankie Montas, as he was completing his 8 warm-up pitches between innings, something was up because now the trainer's out there, Bob Melvin's out there.
This looks like a hamstring issue, just the way he's trying to lean and stretch. Or maybe a calf. You know what? Did you see the way his foot was up? That looked like either a calf or a hamstring.
You know what? I'm watching. He didn't finish there.
That's his push-off leg.
This is where it's so hard. You and I were talking to Buddy about this today, where a manager has to look in the eye of an athlete who, you know, everything in your being says, I'm staying out here. I can fight through this. I'm okay. I can make it work. And so you can't listen to what they're saying. You got to look at the body language and truly look in the eye. And that's what Bob Melvin is going to be doing here in a moment.
And what's interesting, this is going to be his 5th pitch.
Yeah, and that's unusual. It's usually a couple I'm good or I'm not good.
But now this is pitch number 5.
And he even said that. He goes, give me one more. He just said, I want another. Oh, I thought he said, I want another one. Did before that pitch.
He just gave the thumbs up. That's a lot of pitches to find out if he's okay. Not that there's anything wrong with it. You just don't see it.
Now the first thing that you look to, this kid throws hard, 96, 97. If you see that heater at 91, 92, that'll be an alarm bell for Bob Melvin.
I guarantee the guys down in the bullpen are on edge right now.
Starting to stretch a little bit.
That's what Bob's looking at. Okay, where do I want to go with this? Because I know I got to start getting somebody, at least their mind right as far as being able to come into the game.
I look at this as a really big inning. You're in the middle of the ball game. The Rockies have gotten a great start from German Marquez. They've had opportunities to score. They've had traffic every inning. They have 3 runs. Put a couple markers up for the obvious reason, and then a secondary reason. You want to keep the Trinans and the Trevinos and the Familias out of the ball game.
You've been able to do that so far by getting the lead and keeping it. You don't have to face those guys.
The strongest part of this Oakland A's team, and a large reason why they're 16 games north of 500, is their outstanding bullpen. And as Huey said, the Rockies haven't had to deal with the plus side guys because they've been ahead late in innings. Here's the 1-1 to Nolan.
It's funny you guys are talking about the plus side guys because I ran into John Lucroy yesterday and he was saying, he was like, I wish we had a lead so they could see those 3 guys because he knows those teammates. He played with the Rockies obviously last year and he said wait till they see these arms. So let's hopefully we don't get the chance to see those arms.
Yeah, watch them on TV.
Okay, the last 2 pitches from Frankie, that one was 97. The pitch before was 98. So
I guess he's okay.
I guess he's okay.
Pitching coach Scott Emerson. Nolan a walk and a strikeout. Levels the count now at 2-2. Arenado, Gonzalez, Story, 3, 4, and 5 for Colorado. 3rd time through the lineup against 25-year-old Frankie Montas from the Dominican Republic. And there's that good slider.
What a good location on the Subaru strike zone. If you had to hand it anywhere, you would have put it where that pitch 6 is.
6 strikeouts now for Montas. Carr goes 0 for 2 today, but this year against the American League, he's been the best in baseball with his .440 batting average, 2nd in slugging percentage, and he's been on base almost half the time. And historically, that's what he's done in interleague games. Slider, strike one.
We don't have the breakdown, but it's close to probably 60-40 as far as fastball slider. Might even be close to 50-50.
And again, coming in, it was
75.
75% for the fastball, just 22% for the slider.
And there's just 3% for a changeup, which I don't think we've even seen today.
Outside, 2-1 on Cargo. Interesting. So used to seeing teams shift with Cargo. They're basically straight up, infield and outfield. Good take, 3-1. Another illustration of Cargo not only being in a great place, but how quiet he is. Sometimes he would get in swing mode, didn't matter where the ball showed up. He was firing. 3-1. And again, great take on a borderline pitch. So with one out, Cargo jogs to first. And that'll bring up Trevor Story. He had an infield hit and scored a run in the third. And Ryan McMahon brought him home on a booming double to right center. Here's Trev. Rockies have out-hit the A's 7-2. And this is going to be a tricky play. Oh no, safe at first. Trevor with another leg hit. Montas received the baseball.
I don't think
and he didn't realize there's a guy flying next to him.
well, and I don't think he expected to get this ball. I think he thought
That Olsen was going to try to do it
just going
himself.
to try to take it himself. You know, Frankie breaks, but then he has to do a detour.
Oh, you know, there's no question. Story got the foot down first.
Here it is, Subaru Supermo base hit.
How good's that camera work? Well done, Bo.
But I was going to say he had to take a detour because his path was going to be right through Matt Olson, so he had a detour out and around, and that allowed Trevor to leg it out.
Hey, Spilly.
Yeah.
And Huey, you know, you guys were position players, and I don't care who you are. Even Mike Trout, Joey Votto, Nolan Arenado, Cargo, Charlie, the great players, they all have slumps. They all have their 1-for-15s, right? When you have ridiculous speed like Story does, and you can throw out a couple infield hits, so those 1-for-15s become, you know, 3-for-15s, psychologically, even if you're not swinging it great, psychologically, it helps you enormously, doesn't it?
You can't understate that. I mean, because the way it is, just at least in your mind, you feel like I'm still in a decent spot. I'm getting my hits. And then when I get locked back in again, it's going to continue to go.
Confidence doesn't matter if you hit the ball hard or not. It comes with results, and the results are I got a hit. I'm feeling good.
I'm great. You kidding me? I'm awesome. I'm 2 for 3 today. Hit the ball 45 feet.
It doesn't matter. I'm 2 for 3.
Yusmeiro Petit will be back in for Oakland when we come back. Petit in for Frankie Montas. Ryan McMahon called back to the big leagues today, and he's had a big impact already. Time for the Coors Light refreshing finish. He had a line double down the left field line in his first at bat. Coming from Albuquerque in his next at bat, even more impressive. He launched a long double to right center on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and the sprinter Trevor Story scored all the way standing up from first base. That would work well here. Petit an inning in yesterday's ball game. I don't know if I like that one.
I don't. With one out.
Yeah, not with one out.
Maybe with no outs. Yeah, I could see why he would do it. One out, hit another double or hit one over the wall. But, you know, I know that Chapman's playing back, but still, you've got the power.
Especially the way you've been swinging it today. We just
swing it.
Bragging on the 2 doubles. Davison left. 2 outs. That'll bring up Murphy. The Rockies know Petit well. We discussed it yesterday. The former Giant will be his 50th appearance. He's always been a very useful guy because you can use him in short stints, long haul certainly, and the spot start.
Yesterday, that inning, had a hit, a walk, a strikeout, but still just 13 pitches. He's a strike thrower.
And the Rockies are 0 for today with runners in scoring position, 4 for 28 in this series. Murphy has a 2-run home run today.
Let's go back to that home run. It's StatCast AI, and it's powered by AWS. 435 feet was a projected distance. You see the launch angle at 23, 108. I just round up. I don't do 107.9. I'm saying that's 108 miles an hour off the bat.
Ball and a strike. Good speed on base. Cargo at second base. He walked with 1 out. Trevor Story's second infield hit placed him at first base. Got to mention that though Newcomb lost the no-hitter, he was taken out after the base hit by Taylor. The Dodgers scored a run, but Atlanta got the final out 4-1 in favor of Atlanta today. So they salvage 1 out of 3. And the Rockies, if they can finish this one off, would be a game behind the Dodgers in the West as they embark on a 7-game trip to St. Louis and Milwaukee.
And Arizona's at San Diego today. They're already up 2-0 in the first.
1-2 on Tommy Murphy. Petit's not overwhelming with his stuff, but he does enough obviously to keep you off the barrel typically.
Yeah, 89 to 90 miles an hour on the fastball. He will throw you the kitchen sink. The change, curve, cutter. I haven't seen the eephus pitch from him, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Talk about a bad start to your day. Angels are at home in Anaheim. They're in the first inning, and Seattle's got 7 up already.
Ooh.
Long touchdown run by Kurt Warner. 3-2. So the runners will be unleashed. Strikeout. So the Rockies continue to put men on base. They can get that key hit. Most importantly, though, they do have a lead, 3-1 as we go to the 6th.
Oh, they were expecting to get a relief pitcher. They also got his translator, Eugene Guo. Eugene follows Sungwon everywhere. You can see him warming up. You can see him coming into the mound, talking with Tom Murphy. And we asked him just exactly, what does a day with Sungwon look like?
I go wherever O goes. So once we wake up in the morning, check out from the hotel, we're together. Starting from that time, come to the clubhouse, get his routine in, working out, do some running outside, just play some catch. I'm next to him all the time, just in case someone wants to talk to him or if there's anything he needs help with. But pretty much his routine is my routine, and then just getting ready for the game after.
That was a UC Hell, the Rocky routine with Eugene. You gotta love it. Rockies added a bullpen arm and basically a 26-man. Guys?
Yeah, we got a chance to say hello this morning. There's a pitch in the strike zone, 3-1 on Nick Martini. Always very gracious. Those two guys obviously are inseparable. 6th inning.
Is it Eugene from Cincinnati?
He is. He
that where
is.
he's from?
I asked him that today.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Cincinnati originally. 3-2 on the ground toward the hole. Nice pickup by McMahon and the flip to Marquez. Well done, Ryan McMahon.
Let's see. Third base, second base instincts coming in, playing first.
He's an athlete. You see it on a play like that.
He ranges far to his right, slides. You know you got time. You just have to make a good throw to the pitcher. Subaru Supermo, get it. That's the easiest way to get your momentum turned back towards first, is just put your foot or your hand down. Almost acts like an anchor, where then you can stop and spin.
1 out. Matt Chapman is at the plate. Chapman hit a slider over the left field wall for the A's only run. He swings and misses at a fastball there at 94.
I like how Herman came back from the 3-0 count to get Martini.
Big. So allowed the home run to Chapman and a single to Olsen that was a ground ball that really probably would have been an out. Miscommunication a little bit with the shift. Pat Valleca probably had a play and thought Story was going to make the play with 3 on the right side, and instead just went through. 0-2 on Chapman, and that's blocked by McMahon. He's going to make sure
anyway.
he definitely was making the transfer. And now the official, he sees that he doesn't have to run to the bag. 2 outs. Chapman hit that 0-2 pitch hard.
He's playing off the line. I like the positioning too. You play up the line. If he hits one down the line, you just tip your cap. You just want to take that other one away. He wisely started to go over to first, but then saw the first base umpire Mike Estabrook signal that no, it was a catch. It was on the transfer when he's getting ready to throw the ball around.
There's a switch hitting second baseman Jed Lowry. And Lowry takes strike one. An efficient ball game for Marquez. Just 72 pitches with 2 outs in the 6th. And this will be a tough chance for Valleca. How about the right side of the defense that inning?
Well done, youngsters.
2 sparklers by McMahon and a terrific play by Pat Valleca. Patty barrels, Patty glove work. Question, appropriate that we would ask this one today. If you could vote for one of the following to be elected to the Hall of Fame, who would it be? First pitch strike on Pat Valleca. Interesting choices here. Edgar Martinez, who came close this year. Larry Walker, Pete Rose, Barry Bonds. You can only vote for one. 0-1 on Valleca. Base hit his last time up. 0-2 now facing Yusmeiro Petit. He got the final 2 outs in the 5th inning. The Rockies leading 3-1. In this game, though, they've left 7 on base. They've had runners on in every inning, but they're 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
2 on in the 1st, 2 on in the 5th, 1 the other 3 innings.
Actually, let me correct it. They're one. I don't know how I messed this up. They're 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. McMahon was on second with a double when Murphy hit the home run. Runner in scoring position, home run. So it's 1 for 9. But still a lot of traffic left out there. That is just foul. It's Valleca, Marquez, and Blackman here in the 6th.
That's where you want to obviously add on, because it's a 3-1 game. You about hit them 8-2. You feel like you've had complete control of this game, but you're still just a bloop and a blast from them tying it up.
Sure, you want to get those jugular runs, as Buddy likes to call them. Have out-hit the Oakland A's 8-2. Remember, this is an Oakland team that came flying into Coors Field, playing as well as any team in baseball. And even with the 2 losses, over their last 35 ball games. They have the best record in Major League Baseball.
And they're 12 games over 500 on the road. They've won. They've gone 10-0-1 in the previous 11 series.
2-2. This ball's in the air to shallow left. This is going to be Davis coming on, and he'll make the catch. So with one out, Marquez will come up. Yeah, the A's have not lost until the last two nights back-to-back in 7 weeks. So Matt Holliday, as we check our news and notes, brought to you by All Copy. It's official now. He signed a contract past his physical with the Rockies, a minor league deal, and he'll begin in Grand Junction. So Matt, who's one of the all-time Rockies and has had a great big league career, 1,200 plus ribbies, over 300 home runs. Marquez fires at that first pitch. And one thing you're never concerned about, we talked to Spilly a little bit about this yesterday, and we'll bring Spilly in also here, is that Matt has always and will always take great care of himself. So you're not worried about, well, what's the body look like now? Matt, Matt's a brick wall.
Yeah, when you're a consummate professional, you want to make sure, and he expected to play this year, guys. He was expecting to sign and be on a team by spring training. And the way it worked out with this offseason and with the way free agency worked, and then not a lot of interest from other teams, he was going to keep his body in shape because he's been expecting to play the entire year.
2 outs as Marquez goes down. That'll bring up Charlie Blackmon. Well, we asked Buddy about Matt Holliday today.
I think it's exciting for the Rocky organization and the Rockies fans if this works out. So, you know, it'd be a nice addition if Matt can get to be where he needs to be.
I think that's the thing is, Spilly was talking about it. Some guys, if they weren't signed by April or May, they'd probably just start to shut it down.
Go into retirement mode.
Go into retirement mode. Matt with the kids, go to theirs. Jackson's, what, I think 14 or 15 now. I mean, if you can believe that. But I don't think you're going to have to worry about that with Matt. Matt also just about 21 minutes ago had a press conference in Grand Junction.
And I'm excited for the folks over in Grand Junction. I'm partial to those folks over there. Jamie Hamilton, very close friend of ours, and it's just a great baseball town. This is lifted to shallowish right center, and it's grabbed out there by Piscotti. But good for Grand Junction, good for Matt Holliday, and hopefully good for the Rockies organization. Rockies lead 3-1. Hall of Famer. He is in our book.
Yes.
Here's in our book. You know, Larry, somebody tweeted this out recently. Larry has a higher career road OPS than about 15 of the biggest name Hall of Famers you can find. So when anybody throws out the whole Coors Field thing, Larry Walker deserves to be enshrined. Chris Davis, cleanup man against German Marquez, and the slider's in there for strike one. Marquez has been outstanding today. Rockies rotation outstanding for 5 weeks and counting. 1-1 on Davis. Fly ball to right and a strikeout. Marquez has struck out 6. He's allowed only 2 hits and a walk.
Yeah, 6 ground ball outs, and you mentioned one of the flyouts. He's got 6 total flyouts today.
2-1.
The 76 pitches, 51 for strikes today.
Came out real aggressive in that first inning. This ball to Cargo, and right, no, it's gone. Cargo deked me. I thought he had a play on that. Now it's a 3-2 ball game. Chris Davis with his 28th of the year. And for Davis, that's his first hit in the series. And now it's a one-run game. You start thinking about what we've discussed the last few innings, all of the traffic the Rockies have left on base.
Both runs by the A's have come via the home run. This is not a bad pitch, though. I'm just kind of looking at it, see where it is. And Davis just stays behind the baseball. He's so strong. Lifts it out to right for his 28th.
Well, just the 3rd hit, but now it's a one-run game here in the 7th. Olsen at the plate. Curveball's in there for a strike. 0-2.
It's okay. That's where you want that pitch. 0-2.
That home run by Davis is 113th since the start of 2016. More than anybody else in Major League Baseball. More than Giancarlo Stanton. More than Nolan. More than Nelson Cruz. 2-2. A base hit. And now the tying run aboard with Piscotty coming up. Olsen's been on 3 times today. 2 singles and a walk.
MLB at Bat is your #1 Rockies app. Get Rockies home screen icons and features such as the game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today.
Oakland's a scary team. They're a good team. And the reason I say they're scary is they have had a penchant this year for comfort behind victories. They have 29 of them, which is 3rd most in Major League Baseball, just behind the Cubs and the Phils. It's one of those games right now where you kind of describe it as you're letting them hang around.
You just couldn't have that knockout hit.
It was pretty close. Wow.
Boy.
Called the ball. 1-1.
Right at the knees on the Subaru strike zone.
I mean, cosmetically, the Rockies have dominated the game, but on the scoreboard, which is all that matters, it's just a 3-2 affair. Here's the 1-2. Right center. Charlie will make the catch. 1 out. Bring up Marcus Simeon.
Lou Trevino is now up in the A's bullpen. They did have Ryan Buchter, the left-hander, up, the only left-hander they have, but he has since sat down. Nobody warming in the Rockies bullpen.
Said his first name so fast. I thought that Mary Max was.
No, not Lee.
Up.
Not Lee Trevino.
Okay. Haven't had a Lee Trevino reference in a while. Down the line, Nolan bounces it to second on the first. How about that for a double play to end the inning? Matt Williams said one of the plays I always look at for third baseman, how do they handle the ball going to their right with the backhand? Well, I think Matt would give this 2 thumbs up.
He got rid of it quickly. And how about the turn, too? Let's not forget what Pat Valleca did at second base, because this is coming, but it's a nice long hop. So it's almost like it's a great feed right at the chest. Double play, 105 double plays on the season for the Rockies.
I'm not so sure he didn't do that on purpose.
And maybe he did, but look at the hop. It's a perfect hop for Pat. Way to get out of that one.
So a home run by Davis. The Rockies lead by a run as we stretch at Coors Field, and we always stick around on Sundays for a rendition of God Bless America. Colorado up 3-2 on Oakland. Enjoy, everybody.
And has been recognized for his superior performance on numerous occasions. He is currently stationed at NSA Hampton Roads in Norfolk, Virginia. Joining Lieutenant Colonel Conde on the field are his wife Raina and daughter Renaissance. Furniture Row and Denver Mattress are proud to present Lieutenant Colonel Conde with a $250 gift certificate in appreciation of his service. Fans, please give a warm hero's welcome to Lieutenant Colonel Benjamin Conde and all our nation's brave servicemen and women and their families. We thank you for your service and sacrifice. To nominate a military hero, visit Rockies.com/military hero. Fans, please rise as we honor our great country with the performance of God Bless America. Performing God Bless America today, representing the United States Air Force Academy Band, is Airman First Class Joshua Silva. Please welcome Airman First Class Silva and join him by singing along to God Bless America.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Hey, movie night is presented by Securian Financial. Returns to Coors Field on Sunday, August 26th with the postgame showing of The Sandlot, one of my favorite movies. Buy the movie ticket package to watch the movie from the field at Rockies.com/movie. New pitcher for the Oakland A's is Lou Trevino.
And this dude's a big cat,
Yeah,
6'5", 240. He looks like he should throw hard, and he does.
Yeah,
he's had a great year.
Yeah, .55 ERA over his last 14 games, and just a little bit higher, just .69 over his last 21 games.
Gerardo with a 1-1 count now. Parr is 0 for 3, couple strikeouts. Frankie Montas went 4 1/3. Rockies had traffic against him, got 3 runs, 8 hits, couple walks, 6 strikeouts. Yusmeiro Petit faced 5 hitters. He got them all out, including 2 strikeouts. Rockies up 3-2 as they bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that's toward the hole, and it comes up nicely for Jed Lowry, 1 out. The Rockies got to win these last 3 innings. Oakland's been great, better than anybody in baseball. 7th inning and beyond. They lead baseball in runs scored, 7th inning and beyond, batting average. And the Rockies have not been as good offensively in innings 7 through 9. They have a 3-2 lead. The other issue they have to cure are Sundays. They're 4-12 on Sunday. Go figure. Nolan 0 for 2 and a walk, 2 strikeouts.
Doesn't seem right that all the wins they've been piling up that Sunday would be an issue. I know this is like 4 or 5 years ago. They couldn't win at all on Sunday. The other thing too for the Rockies, I know we said last night that Adam Ottavino was going to be down, but he was up. Today he is definitely down.
Fastball's in there at 98. Well, they've gotten an extraordinary performance from German Marquez, and the pitch count is still relatively low by where we are in the game. So German, you hope he handles the 8th inning, and you hand it to Wade Davis in the 9th. That's way inside.
He's at
98.
88 pitches. And this is the hard one too for hitters. We say it all the time, when you're not familiar with the opposition, you know what they throw, but you don't know where it's coming from. How hard does it move? Trevino on the year, he's 8-1 with a 1.30 ERA. 40 ball games all out of the pen for Oakland. .97 WHIP.
This kid's is a Pennsylvania kid. He went to Slippery Rock. That's a D2 school. Same conference with Mercyhurst. That's a good baseball program. This ball to center field's got to get down. And the catch is made out there by Nick Martini. Takes a base hit from Nolan. Ouch, that hurts.
Well, a couple ways too, because if that scoots by him, if he dives and doesn't knock it down, that's the wall. That's a triple. And Martini playing over just a shade to right center field that times the dive perfectly. Gets that glove underneath the baseball. The Subaru Supermo. So all you can kind of do is give that little wry smile like, wow, that was a good catch.
Cargo 0 for 2. He walked in the 5th inning, stranded at second base. It's inside, ball 1. Rockies got 2 in the 2nd on the 2-run home run by Murphy. Added a run in the 3rd. Nothing since. They've been retired in order, only 1 inning. That was the 6th inning. Now it's 7 straight retired by Oakland. Top of the strike zone, 2-1.
And you see the velocity 93, that's a cutter. is Slippery Rock in Pennsylvania. I know where Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst is in Erie, Pennsylvania.
2-2.
Doug's working on it
Yeah,
hard.
I'm trying to think where that is.
It's in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania.
I think there is a Slippery Rock,
That's what Doug
Pennsylvania.
that's what Doug said. Okay, where's Slippery Rock in
East,
Pennsylvania?
west, central, north, south. Dougie, use
Sorry,
your
I've heard,
directions.
I've heard of it. I just didn't know where in the state it was.
How about Cargo's dozen home runs this year, Huey? 4 to right on the pull side, 4 to dead center, 4 to left.
I hope he breaks that 4x4x4 right now.
I'm with you. Two and two.
Oh, that's a cutter. Cuts to the hands, and the only option is to try to foul it off, and 9 times out of 10 it catches the body part down by your ankle. It's awful nice of Tom Woodring to step out in front of home plate, make sure Cargo's okay.
Dust off the clean home plate.
Yeah. Kick some dirt around. So you ready to go? Let's do it then.
2 and 2 again. In the air to deep left. Going back is Davis to make the catch in front of the wall. So the Rockies go 1-2-3 in the 7th. We move to the 8th. 3-2 Colorado. Pitching performance. It's been a lovely day at the yard for Germán Marquez, and he's still out there. He's thrown only 88 pitches through 7 innings. A couple solo home runs, the only blemish on his afternoon thus far. The Rockies leading 3-2, top of the 8th inning. Jonathan Lucroy, and then we'll get a pinch hitter for Trevino, and then Nick Martini against Marquez. First pitch strike on the inside corner. You know what's interesting today about Marquez? He's been 92 to 95 with the fastball. There's been some 96s. Usually you'll see him flash 98 a few times in a game. 97 curveball for strike 2. Haven't seen that today, but guess what? He's pitching.
Well, he's 18 for 26 in first pitch strike efficiency, so that helps. I think the curveball is a very important pitch for him today from what we've seen.
And foul.
Just has a good feel for it today.
Jonathan Lucroy behind 0-2, but we learned this last year with Luke. He's a tough guy to strike out. 43 strikeouts, close to 300 at bats this year, but not this time. He got him to chase, one out. Big first out in a one-run game in the 8th.
Nice slider from Vermont. In the first 15,000 through the gates for the Rockies-Dodgers game on August 12th. Receive a 25th anniversary Nolan Arenado t-shirt courtesy of Newmont Mining.
Pinch hitter's going to be Mark Canha.
Originally they had Dustin Fowler, the left-handed hitting outfielder, up there, but I think they went with Canha. More power.
Yeah, they're thinking one swing here. They made a move earlier today. Pinder was sent out, and
DL.
Franklin, or DL, I should say, and Franklin Barreto was added. First pitch strike on Canha started on Friday night in center field. Out in front of the plate. Uh-oh, bad communication, and they won't have a play.
Awful. That is awful.
Well, you make a
I'd rather
great
have
pitch,
two
you
guys
get
run into each other.
Got to make that play.
You have to.
And it's easiest for Tommy.
Yeah, just keep going after it. Vermont stops. Tom thinks he has it. I still think he had an opportunity. He must not have had a grip on the baseball when he goes to get it. Because right now, if he just picks it up, he throws him out by 2 steps. That's what happened. He didn't have a grip. Doggone it.
Here's Martini.
Scott Oberg is up in the Rockies bullpen now.
Ball and a strike on the center fielder for Oakland.
He went. Check him. Nope.
2-1. It's Bruce Dreckman at third. Three ground outs in the game for Martini. That's a strike. 2-2. Herman in his young career has been marvelous in the month of July. He's unbeaten in July, 6-0.
He's looking to stay perfect in interleague play too.
Came in 3-0 in interleague play in 6 career starts against the AL. Rockies overall this year 10-5 in interleague play. They haven't been above 500 in interleague play since they went 8-7 in 2011. Got him. Held by Murphy. 2 outs. And that is strikeout number 8 this afternoon for Marquez.
This is a curveball that has been money today for Herman.
And that'll be all for Marquez back live because Matt Chapman is coming up. He homered against Marquez and hit a stinging line drive that was caught by McMahon in his last at bat. So Buddy wants Oberg to face him. Great job by Herman Marquez today. This afternoon's Fun Cam brought to you by the Lodge Casino, your first choice for fun. Rockies fans, almost 130,000 over the weekend, having a lot of fun. The Rockies trying to sweep the A's. And with a runner at first and 2 outs in the 8th, Matt Chapman up against Scott Oberg. Saw him on Friday night. Did not get a hit against him. He's 0 for 1. First pitch at 97 missed. Scott's been in a real good place.
Yeah, he has. The ERA finally below 3 for Scott. 29th ball game today.
High fastball, fouled straight back by Chapman.
Just tell the confidence that Bud has in him too. Just the situations that he's putting him in now.
Well, last night needing an out. Called on Jake McGee. Got a big out. Strikeout with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Oberg spins him around. 2-1.
Remember, Scott had to come in on Friday night with a runner on, and he ended up striking out Stephen Piscotty in that game. And then finishes the 8th inning.
And again, no Adam Ottavino today. Talked his way into the ball game yesterday and pitched another brilliant inning. Well, Chapman's got a quick bat, doesn't he?
He does.
He is short to the baseball. He's a rising star in Major League Baseball. Matt Chapman, offensively and defensively, he's had a real good series. But Oberg's 1 pitch away from getting him. The slider shows up here.
Whatever it is, stay away from him.
In the air,
Got away.
foul.
You got away with that. Look at all those pitches on the Subaru strike zone, how they've been up. They wanted that ball down in a way.
Scott's letting it all hang out. He knows this is his guy. He's got to get him. Herman's work done, 100 pitches.
70 for strikes today for Herman.
Aggressive throughout the game. Another 2-2. Man, how do you take that?
You just take it and hope they call it a ball, and it was.
He hasn't spun one yet. He's got all heaters. Runner will be off, 3-2. He's got him. He spun one there. Scott Oberg fans Matt Chapman. And the Rockies are safely through the top of the 8th inning, holding on to a 3-2 lead at 20th and Blake. AT Sportsnet is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And that is one of the treasures of Colorado, Red Rocks, where you and I like to run stairs. Other folks who are a little freer in the summer get to see some of the greatest acts in the world. And you know who's there tonight?
Who's that?
The Tedeschi Trucks Band's playing there tonight. Dougie and Lindsay will be there this evening. The kids get to stay at home. They're a little hot about that. And they feature one of the great guitar players, one of the great strummers of the sixth string of all time, Derek Trucks. And he's got a baseball connection as Trevor Story steps up against Emilio Pagan.
In relation to Virgil Trucks?
He is. Virgil Trucks, who threw 2 no-hitters in one season, one of 6 pitchers to do that, 2-time All-Star with Detroit. His great uncle, great uncle of Derek Trucks. But Derek Trucks can really strum the guitar, and I don't need Eric Clapton or baseball's Peter Gammons to say so, but they do. I just need Dougie to say so, because nobody knows more music, knows more about rock and roll.
And some of those
than our
bands too.
Doug Marino. And Derek actually has a baseball card of Virgil taped to the back of his favorite guitar. His favorite Gibson, huh? There you go. 2-0 on Story. And you know who he looks exactly like?
You have a doppelganger.
Yeah. The Rockies' John Gray. Look at that.
John's got time after the game. Maybe he's going to slide out. You haven't seen him in the same place, have you? That's all I'm saying.
2-1. Swung on a miss. 2-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. The Rockies up 3-2. I have to tell you what. I mean, Doug loves his baseball and he loves his rock and roll. I have never. We got like, this is page 1 of 14 pages that Dougie had printed out today, all on the Tedeschi Trucks Band, and more specifically on Derek Trucks. I mean, we've got more information on Derek Trucks than we've gotten baseball related stuff in the last month from Marino.
Well, that email I got, I had to finally stop printing all the pages.
Right? 1 out as Ryan McMahon comes up. Here's a little bit more on Emilio Pagan. We saw him earlier in the series.
That was 2 nights ago. Friday night, through an inning, had 1 strikeout. The strikeout was a cargo. Just your 9 pitches in his inning of work.
Nice return to the big leagues today for Ryan McMahon. 2 for 3, a pair of doubles. Scored a run and drove in a run in the 3rd, the Rockies' last run. Rockies been quiet offensively since the 3rd inning. Just 2 hits since the 3rd inning. And this ball to shallow center. Martini's got it. Wade Davis is doing his thing in the Rockies bullpen. In the 9th inning, he'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the A's lineup. It'll be Jed Lowry, Chris Davis, who homered earlier, and Matt Olson. Speaking of guys who homered earlier, Tom Murphy got the Rockies off to a 2-0 beginning in the 2nd inning with a 2-run monstrosity of a home run to dead center field, some 435 feet. $11 in a row set down by Oakland.
Home run off the bat at 108 miles an hour. 435 feet for his 2nd home run this year. The other one he had was that pinch hit home run down in Arizona. Big home run in that game.
Who Wants Tacos? Fans, follow us at AT&T Sportsnet RM on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies Taco Special when the Rockies score 7 in a game or more. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Colorado this afternoon. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Oakland. 0-2. Final home game in July for Colorado. And the story of July has been starting pitching at 20th and Blake. And Herman Marquez just followed suit from what he's been watching with his buddies coming off paternity leave. And congrats to Herman. New dad. Baby boy earlier in the week. He's down in Venezuela.
So the last 5 starts by the Rockies, 33 2/3 inning, 5 earned runs.
1-2. And again a foul ball. So the starters in the month of July, a 1.71 ERA at home. The next best home month in the history of this club was a 280 earned run average. More than a run beneath that. 171. Like the dead ball era.
That's 14 games too.
In the heat of the summer at 20th and Blake. Popped up right side. Olsen backtracking. Lowry, and he'll make the catch in front of Piscotty. So we'll go to the 9th inning. Wade Davis will be asked to close it down and get the handshake.
Corey Sullivan.
You know what? Nolan in the end of June said we need the fans to come out. They did it in this 5-game homestand. 214,158 people. They averaged 43,000 people. That's enormous. That's what the players want to see.
Yeah, tip the cap to the fans, no doubt. Playoff-like atmospheres here over the week. Some great baseball to boot. And Drew, you mentioned it. The starters have been fantastic. The only thing that would be better is one more win in the month of July here at Coors Field. Guys, we'll see you right after the game for the Toyota Postgame Show.
Sounds like a great plan. Wade Davis had a 1-2-3 inning last night and earning his 29th save. A little bit more on the crowds. The Rockies are inching close to the top 6 in all of baseball in attendance. Well over 2.1 million so far this year. Wade Davis on for the 46th time. And again, he'll get the middle of the order for Oakland. Jed Lowry, who's 0 for 3. Chris Davis, who's 1 for 3, a home run to right. And Matt Olson, who's 2 for 2 and a walk this afternoon. 3-2 Colorado.
And Jed Lowry is the only A of the first 3 that has faced Wade Davis. He's 0 for 6 lifetime. The other 2 guys, Davis and Olson, be the first time facing Wade.
That's fouled off. 0-1. Lowry a strikeout looking against Marquez. He lined the left and had a ground ball toward the hole, the 3.5 hole. Thought he was going to have a hit, but Pat Vallejo made an extraordinary play on him. Tough out, Lowry. Good solid player. There's the 0-1. On the corner, 0-2. Maybe a smidgen off, but you'll take it.
Yeah, a little bit of a gift there on the Subaru strike zone.
I think I said, by the way, attendance 2.1. It's going to be 2.1 soon. It's 1.9 right now.
Okay, yeah.
Overall, but the fans have been just extraordinary. 0-2. And this is an easy play. Should be in center field. Charlie coming on. 1 out in the ninth.
We'll take advantage of the final holiday suite special game on Labor Day, September 3rd. All 12 or more person suites are only $100 per ticket and includes food and beverage. The date is filling up fast, so call 303 Rockies today.
Now the dangerous Chris Davis. 25 RBIs in the month of July. His 28th home run in his last at bat. His only hit of the series. Breaking ball misses. 1-0. Davis to Davis, and that's a swing. 1-1.
Done that a lot in this series. Just throw him a little soft and then softer. Saw what happened when he hit that home run. It was a fastball. It's a good location. He's just so strong.
One. 2-1 on the compact Chris Davis. Slowly hit to Nolan, and he's got it. What a play by Arenado for out number 2 in the ninth.
We've seen some defense on display today from both sides of the diamond. The right side and now the left side again. Nobody better in the game than Nolan with this bare hand play. Makes it look so easy, so smooth.
Nice little pickup at first by Ryan McMahon.
Yeah, just work from the ground up. He's got it again now. That's so hard to do when you're running that far and trying to pick the ball up, but then for Ryan to have the pick at first.
2 gone, crowd standing. Matt Olson at the plate. And a lot of pop, 21 home runs. Well, set the knees, but it was called a ball. 1-0. Rockies throw 3 on the right side. Stay deep and straight up in the outfield. 1-0. There's a strike. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
Really been working under the hands of Matt Olson. But then that gets you, I got to cheat to get to it. Then you can throw that slider to the back leg.
Now he's not sure what he's going to get.
Exactly.
One-two. Swung on and missed. Ball game over. Got to finish it at first. McMahon leaps, makes the catch, and the Rockies have swept the Oakland A's. Fun times at Coors Field. Save number 30 for Wade Davis. Another 1-2-3 outing as well. What a job by the new daddy, German Marquez. He wins for the 9th time this year. He was splendid for 7 2/3. Frankie Montas takes the loss. He's 5-3, and the Rockies improved to 10 games above 500. What a terrific homestand, 4-1, as they played 2 of the top teams in the American League in Houston and Oakland. Again, the Rockies win this afternoon 3-2. They hold Oakland to just 4 runs over the weekend, and the A's had come in winners of 6 straight and arguably the hottest team in baseball. What an afternoon, and time now for our Toyota postgame show. Here's Jenny.
All right, Drew, thanks so much. If you want to know how hot July has been, that was the Rockies' third sweep this month. They keep winning series. They keep doing it with teams above 500. And as Drew mentioned, they cooled off the hottest team in baseball in the A's. And now that means the Rockies are the hottest team.
They are the hottest team. Talk about hard-fought games on this homestand. You got an extra inning game, you got a walk-off game, a 2-run win, a 3-run win, and now a 1-run win. This team is playing good baseball.
They are playing very good baseball. It's been a ton of fun. The Rockies 19-5 over the last month. A 3-2 victory today over the A's. We'll be right back for the Toyota postgame show.